What's up? It's Tony. So this video wasn't planned, or it wasn't planned to go like this, but Michael sends very, very aggressive emails to let you know that you have not spent, more like me, I have not spent the $15 in vouchers I earned on my Michael's Rewards card. And I really need to spend them. And so looking at my giant TBR pile, finally got one of those stupid carts. And we're gonna see if all of this can fit. Now, before the comments goes, oh, what a waste of money. A lot of these books were free at a library, got at a Barnes & Noble sale, gifts from family members, thrift stores, Ollie's, and little free libraries. And I'll mark where I got each one as I put them in the cart. This one's going to be books I'm going to probably read in the next 6 months. 8 months, hopefully within a year. First one, I got this at a gift when Game of Thrones still started getting popular because I want to get into the series and I didn't have any special collection set. So this was a Christmas gift of all the Game of Thrones books in like that Bible paper leatherback. I started the first book and I liked the first few chapters, but I just kind of have to finish it. It doesn't help that I've been spoiled to heaven and high hell. What are you? So this was at the library. My local library did a thing. They had $1 book sales, but they still had a lot of books that I guess no one wanted to pay $1 for. So they had a free bag sale. Bring one bag, and you could take whatever fit in that bag. So you bet I came home with lots of books. Is it Kashmir or Kashmiri? Kashmir Rose, a murder mystery set in the final days of the British control over India. Sounds cool. Ace of Spades, I got this in the Barnes & Noble's hardback sale. You want to read that? This has been here for 2 years. I should read this. What's next? This is a local author, John, I don't know how to say your last name, and Reed Alexander. I don't like this cover, but I like supporting smaller authors and checking out, because sometimes you can find some cool stuff that isn't in like big authors. Like you'll hear people say, oh, no one does X, Y, and Z. Well, they do. It's just not popular. So I want to check this out. I got that at a convention in August of 2022. Another library one, Baldur's Revenge. This is a murder mystery set in the shadow of the Prusso-Frank War. There we go. Hope Never Dies, the first of the Joe Biden and Barack Obama fanfiction series. I'm going to put that here. I got that at Ollie's. I should mention that. Cat. This is, again, from the library free sale. This is a literary fiction book. I don't really know how to summarize it. The summary goes very long, but it seemed interesting at the time. It's also a very big book. Am I Blue? This is an outdated book. This is a LGBT, maybe just LGB book, published in like the 2000s, so 2002 and so, with a bunch of short stories from various authors exploring what it means to be gay. It still has the pink triangle symbol and not the rainbow one, but the author who wrote The Giver, now that I'm on the camera, I'm not going to find her name. This has a short story from the author who wrote The Giver, which was a very popular book when I was in middle school, so I want to check it out. Oh my god, these are Book of the Month boxes. I had Book of the Month for like 4 months, and I realized I wasn't going to read that fast. This is the guest list. We're going to read that. This is Home Before Dark. I saw Read with Cindy talk about this years ago. Hamlet. Just Hamlet from the free little library. I have already read Hamlet, so I guess already starting to cover the issues. I'm going to put them right here because I've already read it, so it'd just be a reread for me. Arabian Nights, translation by Jack Zipes. I found out that Jack Zipes, Z-I-P-E-S, does a lot of like essays about fairy tales and their impact on cultures, and this was one of his translations. So I wanted to check that out, but not like at the moment. It's really thick. More from the Barnes & Noble's hardcover. Story of King Arthur and the Knights. I do want to read that again. Did I say King Arthur and her knights? You know what I mean. King Arthur's a man. This isn't fate. The Illustrated Odyssey. I've read this before. I read the Odyssey before. I'm going to put that near the bottom. Another hardcover sale. All the hardcovers were 50% off, but in-store only. It's probably because they're getting rid of all the hardcovers in their stores. Don Quixote is one of my favorite classic books, and I really wanted it in the fancy Barnes & Noble hardcover, and I'm so glad I got it for $5. JoJo Part 4, this is going to be a quick read. Again, Barnes & Noble's hardcover. Thus Spoke Rohan Kishbi. This is going to be a quick read because it's a manga. I picked up the hardcover sale. Cardcaptor Sakura, Volume 1, Special Edition. It's going to be a quick read. I got this at Walmart. Julia London's The Princess Plan. It has one of those like sexy secret covers inside. I can't show you because YouTube would ban my tiny 20 subscriber account. But a saucy little mystery novel involving princesses. 6 months? 8 months? Yeah, I guess 8 months. This is a free book I got. It's an Oklahoma bestseller, The Hope Rising and the Science of Hope. This is a book that was given away on tables. My friend took me to a bookstore, and this bookstore was massive. It was entirely used books, old and used books, and I found this for $8. It is Historic Dresses in America, 1607 to 1870. And it goes through what exactly the cover says, the history and dresses in America. And it even has like some like basic sewing patterns. I really wanted to check this out because I love fashion history. If I put this here, I don't know, it's really big. This was a gift to Victorian Values. Exactly what it says. I'm probably going to read that. Just in time for those who've read the Prince Harry memoir, I Know Royalty, The Selling of the Royal Family, How the Royal Family Has Marketed Itself Throughout the Years, a nonfiction book. That's probably going to go on top, given the recent news. That was free from the library bag sale. Another from the library bag sale, Let the Great World Spin. This is, do you remember that guy who tightrope the Twin Towers? The book's about that, but also about the rich culture of New York City and a snapshot of the time period. That's the best way I can describe it. I haven't read it yet. It would be on the bookshelf if I read it. Ferrets. Another from the library. Ferrets. That's all this is. Ferrets. There's actually a news clipping. It's a really old news clipping in here for some reason. This was just at the library about keeping ferrets as pets. There's no date anywhere, so I don't know how old this newspaper clipping is, but it's all about keeping ferrets as pets. This book is like from the 80s. I was actually super interested in this book. Do you make these mistakes in English? For me, yes. This is a non-fiction book I got free at the library about how various people, including this gentleman on the front, would have ads that say this, and people would come and they would learn better English that would make them more employable. And this is a story on how those classes solidify the English language. Don't click off the video. This is really interesting. I like nonfiction books. What's going up here? The First Ladies. Again, from the library. It was free. Inside the Tower. This is an architecture guide I got free at the library. I don't know if I showed you the cover of the First Ladies one. This is a architecture guide about towers. Do you believe in magic? This is a nonfiction book about pseudoscience and alternative medicine. The tagline is the sense and nonsense of alternative medicine. I always say that if it was actual medicine, we just call it medicine. My friend gave this to me to read, 13 of the worst breakups in history. She found it as meh, but she thought I'd be interested in this. Going up, oh god, this is getting full. I got a few stacks to go, come on. Also, if you wonder about these books here, these are religious texts that I'm currently studying. And these are books. The same friend who gave me this book also gave me all these, and I will have to try to read them before she arrives in a few weeks. Again, from the library, an entire book about the North American beaver. Funny enough, at the library, there was a book I almost grabbed, but it was so big, and I didn't know what I would do with the book after I read it. And it seemed kind of dry. It was a book about yay thick, and it was about North American... It was about the American Chow Chow breed of dog. It was this massive book. It looked like it was from the 80s with the graphic design, but it was just about the Chow Chow. And I'm like, man, where am I ever going to come across a book about the Chow Chow dog breed? But also, what would I do with the book once I was done reading about the Chow Chow dog breed? Since it was bigger than this book right here, I ended up not taking it. Another gift. My People, the Story of the Jews. I did want to read this. Should I just put this with the religious text? I'm going to put that. There we go. Oh, I bought this 3 years ago. Beast, A Tale of Love and Revenge. This is another YA Beauty and the Beast adaptation. This was supposed to be like my present to myself once I read through all of my TBR. And by the time that I was like making this goal, my TBR was like a third of the size of what it is now. So we're just gonna slide this here. Okay, we got about 2 columns left back here. Stepsister, a YA fairy tale reimagining that I got years ago, and I don't like dust covers. Stop putting things on the book. Just print the cover on the hardback. So the dust cover has been missing for a while. Oh, this was at the thrift store! When Beauty Tamed the Beast, or Gloria James. Do I know what this is about? No. Did I see that title and grab it? Yeah, I did. Oh my goodness, this is also... I bought this 4 years ago. Winter Saw. This is Did you ever watch the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie and thought, could I romance the Goblin King? I did, and so did this author, as this is a Goblin King romance book. On top. Okay, another one from the library. An instance of the finger post. This massive little book is, from the description, it is 1663 England. A murder has happened. 5 people witness it. And even with all those witnesses, the wrong person is executed for the crime. Thought that was interesting. I'll put that in the middle here. Got it. Ah! You didn't see it. This is such like a weird shape of the book. I'm just gonna put it here because it fits nicer. Have you ever gotten like a book because of the cover? When I saw this at the library, this cover was so pretty that I got it, even though it has like a super annoying, I don't like dust jackets, but it has a half dust jacket. I also don't read a lot of contemporary stories unless they're fantasy or like urban fantasy. And this is a contemporary story about two southern belles who find a deep, dark family secret. I will be honest though, this cover slays. I like it a lot. I will read it one day, and if I don't like it, it goes in the free library. I picked this up before I heard about the Book Talk drama. I'm gonna read it because I paid $10 for it at the Barnes & Noble sale. And you'll probably hear a review as there's some allegations and controversy about how the characters are treated. Do I know what's going on? Not really, but I guess we'll find out because I bought it before I found out. Book Talk made me buy it. This was a Target sale. They both die at the end. That's kind of the plot. Oh my goodness. I read the Kiki Strike series in like middle school or high school. Loved it. It's 5 girls. Each one has like these weird traits. One of them's a super engineer. One of them's an advanced chemist. One of them can memorize anything she reads. One's in like a princess who got robbed of her throne, and because she was poisoned as a baby is now allergic to everything but tea and chocolate. And when I found out there was a 3rd book, I got it. But then I realized I didn't remember what happened in some of the other books. And I'm like, I will finish this once I read the others. Another indie author one. This is a horror short story collection. Barnes & Noble book sale. Got this half off Frankenstein. I've actually read this online. Before Junji Ito got really popular, none of his stories were available in print in the US. So I've read almost everything he has made on like sketchy manga sites. So since I've already read it, we're just gonna slide it down here. I do like the adaptation though. Book Talk talked a lot about this, so I got it. But ever since I read My Dark Vanessa, I've been like really iffy about Book Talk picks. If you've read My Dark Vanessa, you might know. Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. I will be honest, Lindsay Ellis is one of my favorite YouTubers. So when her book came out, and I had the money, I spent it. I still haven't read it though. This seems to be a theme. For a little free library, Thithy? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's been here for a while. I should probably read it. You know how I said I liked urban fantasy? I found someone at a convention selling their novel, which was an urban fantasy Beauty and the Beast retelling. And they looked at me, because they had like all 3, this is a trilogy, and I'm like, no, I'll just try the first book for now and see if I like it, because I don't like buying an entire series if the first book is bad. The first book kind of sets the stage for the entire series, so if the first one's bad, I'm usually not going to like go out unless I have like a huge uproar of people going, no! Buy it. And she told me that when I got done finished, if I went to her website, told her which convention I saw her at, she would give me a discount on the other books. So if this is good, I guess I will get a discount. From the giant used bookstore are the Party Color Unicorn. The back says a boy and his unicorn. There were only 3 things the world that Piswick, Piswyck, wanted. I read that and just grabbed the book. It was $2. Also unicorns. I will be honest. I got this as a gift. And I'm like, I'm totally gonna read it. I haven't read it yet. Children of Blood and Bone. I was holding it upside down. I'm so sorry. Children of Blood and Bone. I should probably read that. Oh, the one that scares everybody who sees it. The Proudy of the Orange Tree. This was at a garage sale. I found this at a garage sale. So I got it because, yeah, everybody talks about this book and everybody who reads it likes it, except for, I've seen 2 people now come out and said they don't like Proudy of the Orange Tree, but I've seen more people say they like it than don't like it, and that's usually a good thing. Oh my god, we're down to 2. Shadow of Kiyoshi. Do I have the one that came before this? No. Am I going to read it? Yeah, I got this for Christmas 2021. You can fit. No. Yeah. That's fine. Last one. I love the Dragon Age series, and I want to get all the books, but I haven't read the one book I did get. Dragon Age and the Masked Empire. This is like a prequel to the 3rd game, Inquisition. Maybe I can read all the books before Dread Wolf comes out and punches me in the face for thinking I can trust a mage. God. Oh, that's a mage that's romanceable? I hope you're ready, because he is going to betray you. Alright, no. This book is not going to fit on here. Every other book does. Now, real quick, let me show you what my friend got me to read from her personal library, and all these books have to be returned. Oh, okay. I don't like dust covers, but she does. So this is Anne I Darken fantasy series in which Vlad Dracula's daughter tries to gain the throne back. And this is a trilogy, because they are the opposite of me. I get the first book and then the rest later. They just buy all 3 so they have it all complete. Which, no shame. We all do our own things. No shame. But that's good for me, because I really like the first book. I really like, I haven't read that much, but the part I have read, I love. The second book, Now I Rise. Third book, Bright Reburn. Bright Reburn. One day, I won't have a speech impediment. Not be today. And then, The Love Hypothesis. I told them this is Raylo fanfiction, her and I, joked about it, and then she texted me one day going, so I read it, and it was actually good. So now I have to read it. I love fanfiction. I write fanfiction. I read it all the time. I think that's what stopped me from reading a book, is I can just pull up fanfiction on my phone and I don't have to invest in new characters. But I haven't read any good Raylo fanfiction. If you know any good Raylo fanfiction, please link it. I don't like ABO, by the way, so any of that, don't link. But angst and major character death, yes. So, as soon as I'm done with Grandmaster, I'm going to move on to Love Hypothesis and finish the Darkened series and then go on to here. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I tried planning out having a monthly TBR in which I was going to plan out each book that I was going to read and be like, yeah, I'll read this, and then I'll read this. And I found out, no, I just kind of want to read what's in the mood. Oh my god, there's a lot of dust. Alright, so I'm gonna put you on in between the religious texts, historic fashions in America. Yeah. These shelves I got for cheap at Walmart, because there's no IKEA and they won't ship to my location. because they're horrible. Not true. But once I get a house of my own, or I move into like an apartment in like whatever in like New York City, or one of my like crazy dreams, I'm probably gonna invest in better bookshelves. Right now, all of them are gonna have the lean. Just the lean. Oh! Oh my goodness! Why is that so heavy? I could probably move some stuff off my bookshelf now. This tin box originally held chocolate. It's now my bookmark collection. This book, the one the author's like, hey, if you like it, message me, I'll give you a discount. She also gave me a matching bookmark. So I really hope I like the series. There we go. Honestly, this book, I have the highest hopes for. I want this to be exactly like the cover thinks it is. Look at that unicorn. He looks like a rooster. Oh. Oh my god, there's tea stains in here. Alright. I didn't realize how much this I bought. I carried, like, the bag from the library was so heavy that when I put the pile together, I just assumed it was all from the library. So I lied to you all. I did pay a ridiculous amount of money for all these books. And hopefully I can at least get through the second shelf by December. That's what I'm hoping. But if I'm like an amazing reader, I'll get through the bottom shelf. Ow. Now I want to read. What books have been sitting on your shelf for way too long? Comment in the comments below. Tell me what book has sat on your shelf for years that you just haven't read. I'll be honest. Where is it? Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I was given to me as a gift 6 years ago, and I read it last year. So it's not like I'm never going to get to these books. They just might take a while. But yeah, let me know what book is sitting on your shelf that you just haven't read, and how many of those books are book talk books. Also remember to like and subscribe, and have a good day.